Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. All right, guys, I am getting ready to do my first 13 by 19 sauce print, and this is Welacer DTF Film. So we're going to jump right in, and I want you guys to stay tuned because I'm going to show you how I'm going to use A-Sub's DTF powder in black, and also I'm going to show you how I use the roll so that I don't have to keep loading individual film sheets into the printer. So stay tuned for those video tutorials. They'll be coming out soon. But today we're going to do our very first 13 by 19 size DTF print on the Epson EcoTank 8550. All right. I've already created my design. I created my design myself, and it's going to show you what my passion is, my true passion. All right. So if you want to learn about what your girl loves, then stay tuned. All right, guys, here we are inside of Cadlink. Now, for those of you that are seeing one of my DTF videos for the first time, for settings and all that good stuff, go back to my previous video tutorial where I show you how to set up the Epson EcoTank 8550 for the first time, how to change it from inkjet over to DTF, and that will walk you through everything you need to know. But you do have to have CAD with the Epson EcoTank 8550 to do DTF. And I've done all of my designing myself. And so all I'm going to do is upload my image into Cadlink, and then I'm going to have Cadlink to print it out or to send it to my Epson EcoTank 8550. So I'm going to click here on this. I already have my film size set at a 13 by 19. So we're good to go there. So we're going to click on this green plus sign here. And here's my love, guys. My love. I am a hooker and I love to crochet. Okay. So now you've learned something new about me. So we're going to go ahead and click on our image that we're going to be working with. Now, anytime you get due to low resolution, we recommend using image supersize image to improve output quality. We're going to do that. So we're going to click on OK. And this is just to ensure that you get a nice print, guys. So we're going to change our resolution DPI to 300. So our image is coming in. Now, when I made this image, I made it in a 13 by 19. Um, And so it's going to come in already at a 13 by 19. We're going to make it a little bit smaller because you want to make sure you have enough room to touch your print when it comes out. So we're going to change our sizing here. Okay, so when it comes in, you can see that it came in at a 13 by 19.01. So we're going to be changing that. But first, we're going to click on our image and we're going to come down to supersize image. And we're going to change this resolution from 105 to 300 and click on OK. I'm going to open up this second screen here for you, and this is just changing that resolution for us. And when it's done, it's really quick. You're just going to click on OK. And you can see your status at all time here. You can see that we're editing. We're going to give that a chance for the DPI resolution to change here. And when you're doing DTF in your system settings, when you set up your printer for the first time, you're going to automatically change the queue to where in your queue settings, you're going to put this on it for it to automatically mirror. So anytime you bring an image into Cadlink, the image will already be mirrored for you, so you won't have to worry about doing that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go in and we're going to change the size of our image. So I'm going to click on this link here or lock, and I'm going to change this to 12. And then I'm going to come down to our height and I'm going to change that to about a 17.5. I'm going to leave myself about an inch and a half from the bottom of the film, okay? And then I'm going to leave myself about an inch on the sides, okay? So it'll be half an inch on each side. And what we're going to do is we're now going to come and we're going to click on um, center at top of page, okay? And I do that so that my image is not at the bottom, okay? So now we have our image, and I'm gonna, looks like it took it up too high. Maybe not. I think I did that. Okay, let's go back. Center at top of page. There we go. All right. So now we have our image. It's centered. Um, we don't have a whole lot of white space. There's a little bit right there that I could probably improve on. And if you want to change to get out as much white space as possible, what you can do is click on your image and click on crop. And let me lock that back and click on crop. And so this is to ensure that we get the true size. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to come here on the corner and drag that down just a little bit. And there's just a tad bit right there. All right, so not a whole lot, but just to show you how you can crop, okay? And then you're going to click on create here at the bottom. And that'll take out that little bit of white so that your image is truly, the size that you're going for. Okay, so you can see that when we took out that little bit of white, it brought our image down to 11.9 by 17.07. And if you truly want to get that 12 by 17.5, then you can go back and say 12, 17.5, and we're going to lock that back. And we should be good to go now. All right. So all we have to do, guys, the hard work is done, or let me say almost done, because we got to print this baby out and it's huge. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pause you for a second and I'm going to go ahead and load my DTF film into the back tray on my Epson EcoTank 8550. And I also have cardboard in my output tray so that when my image comes out, it comes out flat. Okay. So let me put my film in one moment. All right, guys, so I have my DTF film in the back tray on my Epson EcoTank 8550. All I have to do is click on the print icon here at the top, and I already have my heat press. Now, normally I use my convection oven, but the 13 by 19 is too large. It's going to be too large for my convection oven, so I'm going to be using my heat press. And my heat press is a 16 by 24, so I'm going to be using it to cure the DTF powder on my film. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit print job, and then I'm going to take you over to the printer. All right, so you can see we have our DTF film in the back, 13 by 19, and we have our color being laid, and the white ink is being placed on top. Now once this is done, guys, you don't want to touch that ink because it's going to be wet. So I'll give you a good view here. Let me kind of focus in. And here you can see I have my little cardboard so that when my 13 by 19 is done, we don't end up with that our film hitting that dip that's built into the output tray, so that it will come out smooth. So this is when you do your daily maintenance, guys. It's always a good idea to use colored paper and not white paper when you do the print head cleaning, because that will allow you to be able to see the status of your white ink. If you're using white paper, you won't be able to see if your white is printing properly. So you can see it's starting to come out here. So I'm going to pause you for a minute and put this camera on the stand. right, guys, that is it. So when it comes out, you want to make sure that you do not touch that ink. You can see I've left myself a lot of room to be able to touch my design. And y'all, look at that. Look at that. All right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to put our DTF powder on our image. So give me a second. I'm going to move you over to the little powder area here. All right, so this is where I have my DTF powder. Now I'm going to put this on a black shirt, but I'm not going to use the black DTF powder this time. I'm going to use the white. But I will eventually show you with the black. I just need to get a container to hold my black, so I don't want to have to, you know, worry about getting it all over the place. So I'm going to use white today because I'm going to be putting this on a black t-shirt. All right, so we're going to scoop up this DTF powder. This DTF powder is by Yamation. This is the thin. I'm just going to take my design and put it in like that. And then I'm going to put the powder on just like this. And the good thing about DTF powder is it's reusable. So you do not want to trash this. So now we're going to pick it up. And we're just going to shake that powder onto our design, all over your design. Okay. Make sure you get everything covered with your DTF powder. And now that we have coated it with the DTF powder, we're now going to take it over to my heat press, and we are going to allow this to cure. All right, so let me get you set up for the heat press here. All right, guys, I have this now on my 16 by 24 heat press, and I'm going to do about 2 to 3 minutes on this to cure it. And I'm not going to loosen my platen, but you can, so that when you close this down, it does not, you do not want to sit it directly on top of the film. So I'm just hovering it over, and I'm just going to hold it here for the full 2 to 3 minutes. But do not let this come down to where it touches your image. And this baby is hot, okay? And you want to make sure you're doing this in a well-ventilated area, guys, because your DTFs and your sublimations that also use an epoxy, all of those things have those chemical films, guys. So you want to make sure you're doing all of these types of projects in well-ventilated areas. It's best to use the DTF powder, guys, with gloves. I didn't have my gloves on, but you do want to use gloves. Even if you read the instructions on the packages for the DTF powders, they do tell you to use a mask and to use gloves. So I'm going to put that out there. But the next time I'm going to use the A-sub roll of DTF film, and I'm going to use the black powder. So I just take my little chair, guys, and I sit and I allow this to cure. And you do not want to touch that image under any circumstances, or it's a wrap. Let's just take a look. Okay, you guys can see that it's getting kind of that. I just want to show you. It's getting kind of a
look here where you can see that it's kind of, you can actually touch it without worrying about the ink on your fingers. So we're going to go for about another minute, and I think we'll be good. You're going to bring your temperature down to about 325, and you're going to put it on 15 seconds. That's what we're going to heat press this at. But you always bring the temperature up when you're using your heat press to cure your DTF powder. So temperature up when you're curing, temperature down when you're heat pressing. And everybody's heat press, guys, is not the same. So you have to find the sweet spot for your heat press. But normally your curing, when you're using the heat press, it's going to take between 2 to 3 minutes. And it could take longer if you're doing black DTF powder. All right. So now it has like a wet kind of look to it, guys. And that's the look that you're going for. Okay. So I don't want to touch this on that film on my heat press. But I'm trying to get it to where you guys can see it, but has more like a wet look to it. And that's what you're going for. Okay. So that is an indication that our DTF powder has been cured, and we're good to go to now go ahead and press this onto our t-shirt. Okay, so I'm now going to get my heat press to where I take my temperature down and bring my time down to 15 seconds for the press. All right, so I'm going to go in and change this up. Give me 1 second. All right, so we're going to allow our heat press to kind of cool down just a little bit, and then I'm going to bring you back with the t-shirt ready. Now we're going to do a pre-press on our t-shirt. And we can actually do the pre-press now, but you want to get out any moisture in your t-shirt. So I'm going to put my t-shirt on the press. I'm going to heat press it for about 5 seconds. And again, if you didn't hear me, my heat press is a 16 by 24. So I'm going to now bring you guys up a little bit so you can see better here. And I'm going to do a press for about 5 seconds. All right. Now, some people like to take their shirt to get that center mark of your t-shirt. You can take your she-shirt, y'all. She-shirt. I'm gonna start calling my t-shirt she-shirts because most of the time they're for me or my granddaughters. She-shirt. That is hilarious. All right, so I'm gonna take and fold my t-shirt in half, and then I'm gonna press it while we're trying to get that temperature down. It'll start beeping when it's at the proper temperature. But I'm going to fold my t-shirt in half, and then I'm going to press it, and that will give me the center mark for my t-shirt. You always want to come down about 3 to 4 fingers from the collar. And if you're doing like 2X and up, I would say 4 fingers from the collar to start your design. All right, we're going to do a pre-press here for about 5 seconds. And you always want to allow your garment to cool down for about 15 seconds before you put your transfer on it, okay? I always have to be careful with this part right here because I never want to hit my skin on that platen because sometimes I'm trying to put this stuff on here right and I realize that I'm not paying attention to the fact that that thing is hot. All right, so we know our center mark is here. I can see it. And so that way, when I lay my design, I'll know that I have it centered. Because my heat press is awkward because it's widthwise this way. If it was lengthwise, it would be easier. All right. We're now going to take our design. And I have it going the direction I have it going on there for you guys so you can see it easier. Okay, now that I think about this, guys, I might need to put this on a different color shirt only because my black on my needles and also on my hooker, my wording on there is black. I'm going to grab a different shirt. Give me 1 second. Y'all did all that work on this black shirt for nothing. But one thing you keep on hand is t-shirts. So I'm going to go with a different color. I'm going to go ahead and turn it and get it all centered here. Because the last thing you want is your image to be off-centered. So, just going to take my shirt and get it centered here. Okay, so I'm folding my shirt in half. Okay, and my press is trying to let me know that it is ready. We're just going to get this center mark on here as best we can. And it's better to take your time and get it right, guys, so you don't end up wasting material. Because when you waste materials is money. M-O-N-E-Y. All right, I think that's good. We're going to do our pre-press. And we got our center mark now. I'm going to go ahead and get our t-shirt lined up. There we go. Just a little small change. I feel like I got something under here, and I do. There we go. Tag. Alrighty. Now we have our garment on here. We can see our center part. And we're going to come down about 3 fingers from the top. Now we'll be able to see our design better, as well as our center mark. Now you can also take your design, guys, and you can kind of take it to get a center mark on your design like that. And I think we're good. All right, let's go ahead and press it. Let me just take another side eye to make sure that it looks good. All right, so now that we put it on a different color, guys, we can see our hooker better, and we can see our yarn up there better, and everything just looks nicer. So we're gonna go ahead and press for 15 seconds. All right, we're gonna allow this to cool, and then after it cools, we're gonna peel. So I'm gonna pause you, and then I'll come back once it's cooled down. All right, guys, I think our image has cooled down enough. If you find that it hasn't, all you do is just lay it back down and let it continue to cool. So I'm going to peel from the corner. You always want to start peeling from the corner. So voila! And she's beautiful. All right, I'm gonna grab a sheet of my Teflon. Give me 1 second, y'all. And I'm just going to press it one more time just to seal everything. And we are done. All right, I am going to bring you around so you can see it better. All right, guys, here's our design. So you guys can see. And my camera is inverted, so it looks backwards, but it's not. But I absolutely love it. Look at my face on there, y'all. That's me. And again, this is a design that I created in Midjourney. And I added my face to the design. And so now you guys know what my first love is. My first love is, or has always been, crochet. I love, 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 love to crochet. All right. So I just took you through my first 13 by 19. Guys, I'm 2 weeks into having my Epson EcoTank 8550, and I absolutely love it. And this is the reason why. I can do DTF on any color. I can do full images. This is actually 12. I did 12 by 17.5. So that's the size of the design on here, but I used 13 by 19 DTF film. So you guys can see that it turned out beautiful. All right. So check out some of the videos. I have a playlist for DTF, so you can check out my playlist on my YouTube channel. And guys, if you're following me via Facebook, I want to thank you guys so much for the love and support that you show via Facebook. And if you would like to join my Facebook group, Ken Doris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, all you have to do is click on the link tree YouTube description of this video, and click on Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, and just agree to the Facebook group rules, and this hooker will get you in, okay? And then if you're currently following this hooker via YouTube, then I want to thank you guys so much for following me on YouTube. Also check out my TikTok channel. I have Candoris's Creative Crafts on TikTok. Check me out also on TikTok, guys. But everything is linked in my link tree. And if you're seeing me for the first time, you like my method of teaching, and you want to follow this hooker, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, guys? Hey, DTF is all the rave. I was letting it scare me for a while, changing over my printer from inkjet to DTF. I let that scare me, but I absolutely love it, y'all. So if you're afraid, follow me and go through my journey and see how easy it is. And trust me, you're going to love it over here following this hooker. Okay, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. You guys know my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.